Hello everyone and welcome to the final review of the Micromax Canvas Fun A74. It has a 4.5-inch FWVGA display. There are 3 capacitive buttons at the bottom which do light up. At the top you have the VGA front-facing camera and the main earpiece. At the bottom, the primary microphone. At the left of the device, you have the volume rocker which is sturdy, doesn't make any noise, but it is a bit hard to press. And at the same position on the right, you have the power lock and unlock button. These are the only 2 hardware buttons on the entire device. At the back you have the 5 megapixel fixed focus camera with LED flash, Micromax branding and the loudspeaker. At the top you have the micro USB data syncing and charging port as well as the 3.5mm headphone jack. At the bottom you just have a space to get the back cover off. So I'll now power off the device and we'll open up the back cover to see what all is inside. The phone seems durable and the back cover has a very nice textured finish to it. It is very solid. It doesn't bend or flex or make any creaking noise either. I'll keep that aside. Let's have a look inside. So there you can see the 1500 mAh battery pack. We'll just remove that. At the top you can see the 2 SIM card slots, one on top of the other, and you can use 2G SIM cards as well. There's the micro SD card slot, the LED flash and the camera. At the bottom you have the main speakerphone. Now we'll put the battery back in and we'll power on the device again. The phone seems really solid in the hand and has some weight to it as well. Now let's talk a bit about the 4.5-inch display. It has a resolution of 854 by 480 pixels, and as you can see, the horizontal viewing angles are good, but the vertical viewing angles could have been a little better. Now I'll just change some wallpapers so that we can see the color saturation of the display. We found that the blacks were really great on this device. They were deep and didn't seem bluish or grayish at all. Although this is a garden variety TFT display. As you can see, the color reproduction is quite good. You can see that the brightness is just 1/5 of the full level. Now let's talk a bit about network and call quality. Here is the call log and the default dialer. Not much customization has been done here. We didn't have any issues with network or call quality. The other person on the line was able to hear us quite clearly as well. The earpiece is quite loud. And there were some people who said that 2G internet doesn't work for them. I'll just go on to show. I switched off Wi-Fi and the 2G internet, as you can see, is now enabled. I'll just go into Chrome and we'll load up PhoneBunch.com just to show you that 2G internet works fine on the Micromax Canvas Fun A74. There you see it has started loading. It will take some time because 2G is really slow here. So there you have it. 2G internet works fine on the Canvas Fun A74. Moving on, now let's talk a bit about the software. As you can see, it's a very stock Android experience here. You can see the app drawer with the widgets as well as apps. It's pretty standard. Not much customization has been done apart from the fact that it's transparent. And you can see the different notification toggles as well, which come with Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. Now let's get into about phone. You can see that the model number is Micromax A74. And it runs Android 4.2.2. You have an additional menu option, call settings, using which you can set your call preferences. Let's get into more. You also have Wi-Fi tethering as well as Bluetooth tethering available. Moving on, now let's get into display. You can set the theme of the smartphone, which will change the colors. Let's set Mocha. As you can see, the top bar changed its color. Similarly, you have the Daydream feature, which is available in Android 4.2, which allows you to set a sort of a screensaver for your device. Let's start the clock screensaver. So this will come up whenever your display times out. You can set the display timeout from sleep option. Now let's talk a bit about storage. You have 4 GB of internal storage, out of which 1.27 GB is available as mass storage and 1.25 GB as phone memory. So you have about 2.5 GB that's available to you. You can also select the default write disk as SD card or phone storage. USB OTG on the device is not supported. Well, that's the rest of the menu. It's pretty similar. Let's talk about security. You have two new options here, face unlock as well as voice unlock, which do seem to work, but not that great. So it's almost a stock Android feel through and through on the Canvas Fun A74. Now let's get into the browser. We'll open up Chrome and we'll open PhoneBunch.com. So our mobile website is already loaded, as you can see. So we'll open up our desktop website now. So you can see that our desktop website is also loaded. I'll just pinch in. So you can see that pinch to zoom is extremely smooth on the device. And you can see that scrolling is very smooth as well. There is no lag and the text reflows very quickly too. I'll zoom in a bit closer. Even though ours is a bit heavier website, you can see that there is no lag while moving through the website. You can see that the text is quite readable. I'll open up the link so that we can see more text. So now you see the complete post. You can see that even at less than the complete zoom level, text is quite readable and it's quite crisp. And the text reflows quite quickly as well. Moving on. All of the Google apps are also included so that you don't have to install them from outside. Now let's talk a bit about the camera interface. We'll have a separate camera review in which we'll upload samples later on. On the left you have the different options including panorama and HDR. At the top you can flip the camera that you want to use, front or back, as well as set the flash on or off. Let's get into settings. You have the exposure levels available here as well as whether to enable shutter sound. You have zero shutter delay and you can set the picture size as well as the preview size. If you set it to 4:3, you can use the complete 5 megapixels. In standard mode 16:9, you can use the 4 megapixels. Video quality you can set it to fine to get 720p video quality. This is a nice feature in which you can include the image from the front facing camera into your main video, just like Samsung's own interpretation of this. Let's talk a bit about music. Here are the bundle earphones that come with the device. They have a flat cable, a silver pin, are white in color, and they look pretty nice and they sound good as well, although they are a bit bass heavy. You have a single button interface to end and receive calls. Finally, we can say that these are definitely usable and the first ones we see from Micromax that can be used for listening to music as well. Now let's get into the music player so that we can test the loudspeaker of the device. So here is the song. It sounds a bit muffled right now because it's on its back. I'll just pull that up so that you can hear it. It gets really loud and the loudspeaker has a good quality sound. It does not distort even at the loudest volume. Continuing with the multimedia review. FM radio reception is quite clear as well, and even while moving through the city, we didn't find any issues with reception. You can see that found the channel very quickly. You have the option to record FM as well. Now let's talk a bit about video playback. We'll play a local 720p video. So here's the video. I'll just zoom in closer. So you can see that there is no lag while playing this video. It's 720p and the phone can easily play all local videos at 720p. Now we'll play a YouTube video to see how streaming video works on this device. It's the unboxing of the Micromax Canvas Fun A74 from our own channel. Have a look. Hello everyone and welcome to the unboxing of the Micromax Canvas Fun A74. As you can see at the very top of the box, you have the three different colors the phone's available in. First is the Mystic Blue, the Midnight Black, and the last. You can see here that there is no stuttering. The voice as well as video are in sync. Moving over to the left of the box, you can see the different. So therefore we can say that streaming video too works great on the Canvas Fun A74. You can see here that we are playing in high quality mode. Now let's talk a bit about general performance. The phone performs great, and even when used for a long time it does not lag. We have already seen exceptional gaming performance in our gaming review where we played several high-end games. The display is not of the best quality. There is some pixelation to it, but the color reproduction and viewing angles are great. The phone does not support USB OTG, but apps are movable to the SD card. The volume rocker is a bit hard to press. Sometimes these get pressed accidentally and you won't realize that since there is very little travel in these keys. At the back you have the 5 megapixel fixed focus camera, so if you have very steady hands and brightly lit conditions, it might produce some good results. Now to debunk some rumors, the phone can easily use 2G internet connection and there is no heating issue with this device. It does not get warm while playing games or charging. Well, that's the full review. We'll be back with much more. Don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you and have a great day.